Hey guys, today we're traveling back to 2006, the original wave of Batman sets. This is the Batmobile Two-Face's Escape. This had 386 pieces, 3 minifigs, and retailed for $30 back in the day, but with inflation, that's more like $45 in today's money. Now, if you want to get this set even used, they start around $200, which is pretty wild, but with all that in mind, let's get into the review and check out this nostalgic set. Now, I loved this set as a kid, guys. I played with this set so much. Two-Face has always been my favorite Batman villain, and so to get the original first ever Lego Batmobile and my favorite villain in the same set for $30, even though I was a young kid, even I knew that was a great deal. Now, as we take a closer look at the box, it's really cool how the box is actually embossed on the front. It's like really high quality compared to what we get today, and I've always loved that about this set. The first minifig to look at, of course, is Batman, and guys, you have to understand, if you weren't a kid at this time, it was so epic to get Batman as an official Lego minifig. I honestly can't even equate it to anything, you know, like when we got Disney minifigs for the first time, or we got all these cool new IPs that we get, like, pretty much every other week these days. It just can't even compare to how epic it was to get Batman as a minifig. I'm honestly at a loss for words because I was about 11 or 12 at the time that this set came out, and it was truly, truly amazing to walk down the toy aisles and see this. As far as the minifig, it's pretty plain. If we lift the helmet up, you can see that he has the white band around his head so that when you put the cowl back on, he's got the white eyes. And then, of course, he's got black legs, black cape, and a really great torso with a gold bat logo and a gold bat belt. So cool, and it's aged so incredibly well. Then, of course, we get Two-Face and the Two-Face Henchman. Now, something to point out is there's actually a variation of Two-Face. There's the version you see here where he has white hips, and then there's another version where one side of the hips actually has some black on it. So, just something to be mindful of, that there are two versions of Harvey Two-Face out there. Now, the hair is pretty unique because it's actually all white, but just a part of it was painted black. I'm not sure if it was painted per se, but I don't know what other word I would use for it, so that's pretty interesting. As far as the minifig itself, I always loved that they went with the classic black and white outfit, and of course, it was relatively rare to get back printing back then, so it was really cool to get it on not only one but two minifigs in the same set. And the Two-Face goon, I mean, there's not really much to say about him. He's just got that 50-50 torso, so let's move him out of the way and talk exclusively about Two-Face. The head that they used on him was always so cool. I think that purple face was just the right level of gnarly and perfect for Lego back in the day. Then, of course, we got this automatic gun here, which looked really good. And overall, I always loved this figure, and this will always be at the top of my favorite DC minifigs, because I think it's the perfect blend of simplicity, nostalgia, and well execution for back in the day. Now, when I just bought this set used, I was fortunate enough that the person did not open the actual original accessory baggie, so I am going to keep it sealed. But you can see that there's all kinds of cool bat weapons and extra guns and things like that. And if I move it over here, you could just see on the box what all was included there. So I really like that you got all kinds of extra accessories to kind of help your adventure along. Then, for our little side builds here, we got this cool little piece, which I guess is supposed to be spikes for the, Two-Face bank car to drive over to, like, pop the tires or whatever. But it isn't super clear what it's supposed to be. It just kind of looks like that on the box art, so we get this little piece with the chain there. And then on this side, we get, like, a little, I guess, security booth where you could push that Technic piece up to allow vehicles through. You know, it's kind of like you could imagine, like, driving up to the bank and you get your security clearance and then the spikes open up so that you can drive through the bank. But I suppose on the way out, it's going to be a little bit more security. So that's always what I imagined it was, but the box isn't super clear what's supposed to be going on here. Then we get the Two-Face van. As you can see, they made it 50-50, just like Two-Face, and there's some stickers on top with his, double-sided coin. And then, of course, we've got the little window there for the armored vehicle. Then as we move it around, you can see that there's all kinds of stickers on there for, like, the Gotham City Bank and everything. And then you can open these side hatches to show that there's, like, guns in there, so definitely watch out if you're Batman and Robin. You can take off the roof piece here, and you can fit the Two-Face Henchman inside. A little something like this. So he sits there in the driver's seat, and then, of course, you could close it back up to leave him in there. And then you put Two-Face up top, and basically what happens is when you get the Batmobile, we'll take a closer look at it, of course, but when you get the Batmobile, you're supposed to shoot this missile there, And in a perfect world, that missile hits this and goes like that with Two-Face. So it's kind of an interesting play feature, but even as a kid, I never could get it to work 100% of the time. Just because, like, the Batmobile sits lower than the Two-Face car, so you kind of have to, like, feed it down a little bit. And even then, so you guys get the gist. It's not perfect, but nostalgia runs heavy with this one. So once again, we've got the Batmobile here, and this is straight out of the Lego Batman video game from back in the day. It looks so good, just a little Batman sticker right there. Of course, we can lift the cockpit forward, and you can see that there's like a printed computer piece in there, but we also have some sticker pieces on the side to show all the switches and gizmos that Batman has for his Batmobile. You can kind of push this back to have extra storage here for your like little weapons and all those Batman accessories we looked at earlier, if I was going to open that bag. And then, of course, you can fit Batman inside, a little something like that. Close him in, and there you go. I always loved that you could see him so well through the windscreen there. And as we saw with the Two-Face, play element, you could push this button back and have that missile shoot out, so that is very, very cool. And then the only other stickers here are the little headlight stickers there. And then on the back, we've got some flames coming out, but overall, you have to remember, this was our first ever Lego Batmobile, and I think it really, really delivered. It's so cool. I love it all these years later, and gosh, I'm just smiling ear to ear talking about this set. So let's wind out and wrap up this review. Alright guys, well needless to say, this was such a great set back in the day, although unless you have some serious nostalgia or you're trying to get everything, I don't think it's really worth $200 or more. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.